So 5 years ago, Bones Hyland was dropping buckets on some Philly trash talkers, and now he is putting the Philadelphia 76ers to sleep in late games. The Denver Nuggets landed a great backup point guard in Bones Hyland, and in the future, he can really blossom into a star. With Murray being injured and Bones being picked at 26 in last year's draft, it granted him the perfect opportunity for him to get minutes behind Morris, and he did not disappoint. Bringing his street ball-like playstyle to this Nuggets team is very refreshing, and he plays at such a high motor, it's hard not to get excited when he steps on the floor. Oozing with much confidence, Bones doesn't shy away from any big moments on the court and is always ready to come in and show the flashes of value he will provide for this Nuggets team going forward. Starting off the year, Bones was playing off ball a lot, but once Malone gained his trust in his play and placed him into that backup point guard position, Bones really started to flourish. Offering a little bit of everything on the court, it all starts with Bones' tight handle. He keeps the ball on a string, using spin moves, euros, and overall being crafty when getting to the rim is all a part of Bones' game, and he does this at a high intensity. Pushing the pace on this fast break, Bones goes right at Reeves, and once hitting the paint, he uses this euro step, and as Reeves swipes down at the ball, he carries it back over and finishes the easy lay. Putting defenders in a blender is part of Bones' playstyle, and here he drives hard at the defender, and after he changes direction with the cross, Hyland uses this spin move and slightly hesitates selling a turnaround jumper, which gets the defense in the air, and he goes to finish this layup. With a 6'9" wingspan, Bones is pretty lanky, and he's good at using that to his advantage. Not having a frame that's super big or physically imposing, he has to find ways to finesse or place himself correctly when driving to make easier looks at the rim. You can see Hyland set up Tillman for this crossover, and although he reaches hard, Bones stays controlled with the dribble and then extends out all the way and shields Tillman off as he goes to finish at the rim. Being able to create off the dribble in any circumstance is great, but to be able to take defenders off the bounce and convert at the rack is huge, especially for a smaller guard. His ability to get downhill creates holes in defenses and allows Bones to feed teammates easily. Although he only dished out around 3 assists per game, I can see this number rising exponentially as now he's officially the backup guard and is getting more comfortable on the court. Watch here as he attacks from the wing, he gets to the paint and he hits Snell with the Rondo fake, but as this happens and the opposite help D has already shifted over, and it opens up this window for Bones to send it right out for an open 3. These types of assists will be open all the time simply because Bones is good at putting pressure on the defense at the rim, which results in defenses having to shift over and help, and which opens up a perimeter open man. After putting Torrey Craig in a spin cycle here, Bones gets right into the heart of the defense, and as Sabonis shifts over, he quickly drops this pass to Najee for the easy dunk. Hyland probably won't be a premier passer for this Nuggets team as Jokic is the main leader in setting up the offense and facilitating on the court. So it takes a lot of that responsibility off Bones and others' hands so they can focus more on scoring aspects of their game. Of course, you want to see a point guard display high levels of IQ and the ability to facilitate many ways on the court, but when you have an anomaly type player in Nikola Jokic on your team, the roles and responsibilities shift quite a bit. I believe Bones can get up to around 5 to 6 per game in his career, but we probably won't see that for at least a couple more years. The same handle he uses to get past defenders to get to the basket and feed teammates as well allows him to shake defenders off of him and drain the deep ball. Shooting 36.6% from deep on 5 attempts per game and 40% from the field, Hyland was one of the best and most efficient rookies when it came to shooting the ball, especially behind the arc. He did struggle with being consistent throughout the season, but like all good shooters, they tend to figure it out as their career progresses. Bones is a volume shooter, and as we know, with players that shoot a lot, their percentages from game to game are gonna fluctuate a ton, but when they get hot, it can get quite scary. With Hyland, he looks comfortable knocking down shots wherever, and he's very good at creating space as well, so I think he will be an elite shot creator sometime in the future. As he comes off the screen from Boogie, Bones knows Reeves is trailing him, so he uses this stop on a dime step back and drops it in from 20 feet. Coming off screens or just receiving the ball off a swing or kick out, Bones is great off the catch, shooting it at 36.7%. This is a very good sign to see because if we look at a player like Steph Curry, and no, I'm not comparing them, but it's just an example. But you can see the amount of attention Steph commands off ball just because how deadly of a 3-point shooter he is, no matter the circumstance he is in. If Bones can key in and work on off-ball movement skills while still being efficient from deep, then his attention to detail on the court will rise super high. Bones is already a good shooter now, and he shoots 36% on pull-ups from 3 as well, so it just shows that he can deliver off either option and is comfortable when doing so. Every small size guard needs to be able to shoot the ball from deep very well, and with no confidence blockers or uncomfortability, Bones is shaping up to be a terrific deep range threat. Behind Murray, Hyland is going to come in and be an explosive spark for the Denver Nuggets. Bringing flash, high intensity, and a different type of swagger to this team, Bones definitely stands out amongst rookies, and this is one you should keep your eye on. The Nuggets are starting to put together a solid team and can really become a threat out there in the West very soon. How do you feel about Bones Hyland? Is he the X factor for the Nuggets? And do you think the Nuggets can be a serious contender in the next 2 to 5 years? If you enjoyed this video, you have to watch this Nuggets team evaluation where we discuss what's going to make them good next season. Or you can watch this Josh Giddey video discussing his bright future in the league. Thank you all for your support, and I'll see you in the next video.